Pardon.
Hello, nice to meet you. Good morning. Please come. Can you give us a nice chair? Nice to see so many ladies journalists. Isn't it?
Well, nowadays in Turkey, I'm afraid there are more lady journalists than men.
Really?
Yes, because journalists are not paid well. No? That's the reason.
They're not paid well?
Not really.
No?
They're not paid well.
I see. I didn't know that. But it's nice that ladies are journalists, you see. So they will be subtler than men in any case.
So you came yesterday,
Yesterday, yes.
directly from London?
No. We came from
Rome.
Rome.
Shri Mataji is traveling a lot.
We took the plane, but we were in Florence, actually, near Florence. From there we drove down, took a plane.
And you were staying in Florence?
Yes, we'd gone for a seminar. We had a seminar about 800 people in there.
So I assume you're traveling around
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot and giving seminars.
Yes, we have now 36 nations who are doing sahajayoga.
36 nations.
So, I mean, you have to travel.
I assume you have started this
Long time back,
in the
About
70s.
yeah, 70.
And have you been traveling and
Yes,
giving education?
first I went to Iran. That's the first place.
Iran. When was that?
I think it was 71 or 72. That time Shah of Iran was there.
Of course. You went to Tehran.
Tehran, and also I went to Shiraz and Isfahan and all these places.
And what was their reaction?
Wonderful.
I mean,
That
what was
way-
the reaction of the people?
Very great. They were all seekers. Lots of them. And thousands came. But after that, this is the change. Then we've lost them completely.
So you went to Iran before Shah was deposed.
Of course, much before.
And then he was deposed in 1978. Did you go before that?
Much before, 72 I
Did
went.
you just go once?
Once only.
And you didn't go afterwards. And why did you come to Turkey? I was just talking to Gaia Hanım and she
They
told
invited me.
she told me that you first came in May
Yes.
of this year,
Yeah.
and then
And I found the
So-
reaction. People are very,
what were the reactions?
the reaction is they are seekers. I think they are very subtle people, very subtle, and they are seeking something higher, the spiritual ascent. And I was asking them what is the reason why this country has so much of subtlety. Then they told me that there have been lots of Sufis. They talked about the ascent.
Türkiye'de biliyorsunuz Sufiler vardır. Yani bizim genel kültürümüzde, tarihimizde Mevlana'lar, Sufiler. İnsanların bu kadar istekli, arzulu olmalarına neden yani diğer memleketlere göre Türkiye'yi daha içten, daha candan buluyor. Çünkü tarihinde, genel kültüründe bazı zenginlikler var. Yani bir temeli var.
Could you explain what, although I have read it on the brochure, I want to hear it from you also once more. What is self-realization? Why do people... You see, in our evolutionary process, we have become human beings. But we do not have the absolute knowledge of truth, absolute, which is such that nobody can challenge it. That's why we have difference of opinion, different theories, different ideas about God, about divinity. Because only the absolute can integrate and tell us what the truth is. And for that, there's one more
evolutionary jump or a breakthrough one has to take. Once that happens, then you become the spirit. That's self-realization. Once you become the spirit, then you can feel the all-pervading subtle power around you. You can feel it, what you call a ruh. You can feel it in your fingertips. Not only that, but you can find out about anything, what is truth, what is not. Supposing somebody was saying the other day about Muhammad Sahib, I said he was the primordial master. He never told about it, but he was. So how do you know? If I say something, just have to put your hands like this as you do in namaz and ask the question, and you get the full breeze flow.
Just
Like a computer you start acting. You become a divine computer.
could you be a bit more specific, please?
About what?
I mean, for instance,
No, what happens actually? That
what
I'll tell you.
happens actually?
That I'll tell you. But this I just gave you the introduction as to what is self-realization is. You see. But what happens is that in the triangular bone we call a sacrum.
Triangular bone.
Bone sacrum.
Sacrum.
Tipte omurga kemiği vardır, sakrum kemiği diyebiliriz bizde, üçgen kemik.
Yes.
Alright. That is the bone which is sacrum called sacred. You see, it says sacred. And that means the Greeks knew about it. It's a sacred word. And inside that is placed a kind of a energy which is dormant. And when somebody who has the built-in quality to raise that power faces another human being, that power rises. And in many people who have obstructions, you can see it clearly, the pulsation, just like the heart, this move, and then you see it rising also. The energy, you see it, till it comes here, you feel the throbbing. And then lastly, when it opens out this part,
But do you need to educate yourself to
no,
rise the...
it has nothing to do with education.
No,
It's beyond your mental. It is beyond your mental.
But it doesn't happen to me.
It will. Why not?
I mean, that was the question I was asking.
No. Anybody, it can happen. Yesterday, the journalist lady, she got it in no time. It can happen to you in no time. No time. You can just have it.
But would you let me to explain her
What is that?
about sakrum?
Sacrum bone. Yes, then all right.
Şimdi efendim şu şekilde oluyor, o üçgen kemik var ya, ona biz sakrum kemiği diyoruz. Bu çok enteresan, bu eski Yunanca'dan geliyor. Onlar biliyorlar, zaten secret'ten geliyor. Yani orada bir gizlilik, bir giz var orada. Dikkat ederseniz vücut yandığında bir tek yanmayan kemik orası. Yanmıyor orası. Yani bütün insanlığın sırrı orada gizli. Sebebi de o kemik, yani insan enerjisi, insanın içindeki enerji o kemikte bulunuyor. Shri Mataji'nin dediği gibi o uyur vaziyette bizde, daha uyandırılmamış. Onu yaptıkları harekete geçirmek. Harekete geçirdiği an bütün şakralardan o enerji yukarı doğru yükseliyor.
Şimdi demin anlatamadım ben hanımefendiciğim. Onu harekete geçirmek için özel bir eğitim gerekiyor.
Hayır, o kendiliğinden olan bir olay. Spontaneous olan bir olay.
Yes.
I mean,
It's like
all of a sudden, how can I know?
Of course, you can also. Why not?
Why?
You are a human being after all.
I'm a human being, but
All right. Now see, like a seed.
if
now.
I want to use that energy, then
Later
I
on.
Problem.
Once you have to get your realization. First, it has to come on. Like the connection has to be established. Like we have to connect the television. You see, you have to be connected, and then you have to know how to use it. First, you have to be connected. That's important. Like you see, it's a built-in process, a living process. So, built-in process in a seed, and a built-in process in the Mother Earth. You put the seed in the Mother Earth, it sprouts by itself. It's a living process.
And this has nothing to do with any kind of religion.
No, nothing. It's innate.
I mean, if you are, because a
No.
moment ago you were saying that when you went to Iran and after the revolution in Iran now that there is a different regime there, an Islamic.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot
republic.
contact them. That's the point.
You cannot contact
them, but they are there. But in Russia, where there is no conditioning of any religion, we have thousands. You'll be surprised, thousands. I was giving lecture to 2,000 inside and 2,000 were waiting outside. Thousands and thousands in Ukraine, in Leningrad. We went to Moscow. All these places. People were coming from such distances.
Can you contact the Muslims in India?
They are, in India, everybody's religion seems to be in danger. They're very great fanatics, all of them, whether it is Muslims or Christians or Hindus. In India, it seems that the English have created this feeling of fanaticism, and they're very, very, very fanatic people. There are some Muslims, of course, some very
Yeah.
few. Yeah.
There are some
Very
few
few.
Muslims
Yes, few.
who
But you see, all organized religions have this problem. A religion, if it is organized, then it has a problem. But especially these are converts, recent converts and all that. So, like especially the Christians and the Muslims are organized. But the Hindus are not. There's no organization. But I have so many Christians also.
How would you define religion? Right?
Actually, religion is within us, is our valency.
Is our
Valency. You see, as carbon has 4 valencies, human beings have got 10 valencies. And these are 10 commandments. But when we do not keep our valencies, we can become subhuman, or we can become extremists, we can become fanatics, we can become anything. It's an innate thing within us. Religion is an innate thing. Religion is not outside, it's not man-made, it's within ourselves. And when it is enlightened, say, one could be a Muslim, one could be a Hindu, Christian, anything. They can commit any sin. There's no restriction on them. So how do they follow a religion?
do you yourself believe in God?
Of course. It's all God's work.
And what is your religion? If I can
My
ask?
religion is sahajayoga.
Yes.
Our religion is sahajayoga. In the sense it is no religious, it's not man-made, it's within ourselves. And when it is awakened now, for example, you'll be surprised that we have so many English who were drug addicts and who were alcoholics. Overnight they gave up. Overnight. They got their realization, they gave it up. It's like this, you see. If I tell somebody don't drink, they'll drink more. Alright? Like if you have a snake in your hand, then there's darkness. If I say there's a snake, you'll say, no, this is not snake, this is a rope. But if there's light, you'll drop it yourself. It's like that. So the light, the enlightenment within yourself, then you just don't do wrong things.
I see. But would you consider, I can't pronounce the name, what was it?
Shri Mataji.
No. The
Sahajayoga.
Sahajayoga.
Could you consider that as a religion, as Christianity or Muslim?
No,
The-
nothing. It's not
How
man-made.
would, it's not, what is
It's
it
not
then?
man-made.
I mean, how would you consider
You see,
How
it
would
is
you
it
rate
is something that happens within yourself. You become a new personality. A new awareness of collective consciousness comes into you. You become a different person. You are no more an ordinary human being. You become a saint.
What do you mean by that?
You see, ordinary human beings can do all kinds of sins, can kill anybody, can do all kinds of wrong things. Like you can say a dog can go through a dirty lake, doesn't feel the smell, human beings can. We can feel the beauty, they cannot feel, the animals cannot. Now, when you become this, then you see the beauty of being virtuous. You enjoy your virtues. You enjoy your compassion. You enjoy your generosity. You are a transformed personality. You become so peaceful.
But
within yourself.
ordinary human beings can also enjoy the nature.
No, they cannot to that extent. They are possessive by nature. They want to possess it. If they see something, they want to have it. Say, supposing this carpet I like, then the thought will start going into my head, oh, how much is this carpet? Or if it is mine, the headache will be there, it should not be spoiled, something. But for a person who's a realized soul,
But it depends to people.
No.
I mean, one people could say, "Oh, I should have it." The other one should say, "Oh, it's a nice carpet."
that's all. But that's all. Up to nothing more than that. But once you are a realized soul, once you see something beautiful, you become thoughtless. And the joy of this creation starts pouring into you, and you become absolutely relaxed. And you enjoy in the real sense of the word. Joy is not like happiness or unhappiness. You just
It's not like
It's-
happiness or.
unhappiness. It's not double, it's singular thing. So the experience of joy cannot be described at a human level. When the joy is there, you just are joyous, that's all. No thought of anything.
So what is the aim of this? I mean,
The
what?
aim of it is transformation of human beings completely.
Ben size anlatayım.
We'll have no problem. We'll have
No, I mean, in my mind,
It's
it's
correct,
quite
correct.
contradictory.
No, you just try to understand. It's rather subtle. You see, it's rather subtle, and you see the subtler point of it. Because at a human awareness, we cannot think alike. It's difficult, and we cannot understand the absolute. It's a much subtler thing. But supposing something happens to us in a way that we all feel the same way about something, then there's no problem, no conflict. Who is the other?
But don't you underestimate the human being a bit?
No, they become greater. We are underestimating, keeping them lower level, to fight among themselves, to quarrel, to have jealousies, to have problems,
Yes,
this,
but
that.
that human being also has brought civilization to
Yes, but it has to go beyond, because where has it reached civilization? Where it has reached. See now, we had democracy. You see democracy, what's happening to democracy? All kinds of problems of modernism. They have taken to drugs, they have taken to this, they are getting destroyed. 65% people in America are mad. What do you say to this kind of a democracy? Then think of a communism that you have brought, the human beings. Where is it landing? Whatever we human beings do, you see, whatever they do is a mental projection. Alright? And it has no sustenance in it. So it requires what? Science you have developed. In science what you have got atomic energy. You cannot control. There is no balance. You have developed all kinds of machineries, everything. Now you have acid rain. Have it. There is no balance. There is no understanding. There is no integration. So the human being is not complete. The totality is not there. He is not felt his totality. His expansion. And that expansion takes place when he becomes a spirit. That's why we are human beings. We have to become that.
Ma'am, how did you get into this?
I was born like that.
You were. But it says in the paper, in the booklet that I read, that until the 1970, year 1970.
I didn't start the work with others. You see, because I had to study human beings first of all. Because, you see, to give realization to one person is easy, but I wanted to give it a mass. Because anything, any discovery, unless and until it is not used by masses, it has no meaning. So I had to work out what the problem is.
What was your profession that time? Just
Nothing.
now?
I was a married woman.
No, before.
I
Did
was
you-
doing medicine.
medicine in India.
No. Yes, in India. Yes. Actually, now it's Pakistan. Used to be
And
Lahore.
you were Hindu.
No, I
No,
was
your
born in a
family.
Christian family, so called,
Yes.
I would say. Because my father was a scholar of Sanskrit, mother was an honors of mathematics and Sanskrit scholar. So I studied, they knew all about every religion. My father translated Quran into Hindi.
And you studied medicine.
Yes, I studied this.
Did you
So I
finish it?
I did practice.
You got married.
Yes, yes.
And then?
Then you see, actually I studied medicine just to talk to doctors. Because I have to explain to them what is this. It should be related to scientific methods. So what is parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system. Though I knew all these things, but I didn't know what the doctors called it. See, to talk to them, you must know their vocabulary. Like also,
Exactly.
yeah, and also to talk to psychologists, I had to study a little bit of psychological terminology, like a dictionary. I had to know how to talk to them. So all this is very subtle. It's a very subtle thing.
How long did you study medicine?
I studied for quite some time, but I gave it up because
4
I
years?
did not need.
4
I did not
years?
need all the 4 years. Yes. I didn't want any more of that education because it was not necessary for me. what was necessary for me to relate to the doctors. Now there are so many doctors who are my disciples. In India there are 3 doctors who got their MD because of sahajayoga. They worked on psychosomatic diseases like cancer and all that, and it was cured with sahajayoga. So they have proved it. Then they worked on, another one has done on, I think, asthma. Third one has done on physical thing. They all got their MDs from Delhi University. There are 7 doctors in London who are doing research on medical. And there are so many diseases being cured by this happening.
Yes, I mean that was my next question. In the booklet it also says that it cures lots of diseases.
Yes, automatically.
How does it happen?
It's very simple. I'll explain. You are a doctor?
No, I'm a journalist.
Yani sahajayoga bu arada bilimsel olarak da inceleniyor doktorlar tarafından. Shri Mataji'nin söylediği gibi bir Devi Üniversitesi'nde kürsüleri var. Bir de Londra'da bir klinik açıldı. Sırf sahajayoga'nın iyileştirme gücü üzerinde çalışılıyor.
May I take your picture while you're
Please,
talking?
please, please. I was not facing you though.
Sorry?
The picture you took was not facing you, is all right? I was on the sides.
The light is coming from your back, that's no good, but once the interview is over,
Then
I can take another picture.
This one, he's from America, he's from Greece, he's from Austria, she's from America, and she's from Turkey, but another one behind. She's from Turkey, and she got her realization in Austria, I think, isn't it?
We are both Greece.
I'm asking about you. Huh?
Greece.
I am from
Greece. Greece.
You're from Greece.
Athens.
She's from Greece. Let me see now. That's it. There's another one who looks like her from
Yes,
Turkey.
from Greece.
Yes, like her.
Yes.
Yeah. Then this one is from Spain. This is a doctor. He's a doctor from Spain. And then we have one from Iran. He is an agriculture expert, and he has done with sahajayoga experiments in agriculture, and he has wonderful things he has found out. And he's from
Rome.
Rome,
Where do you all live? In your own countries?
of course,
And you just
in
came
their own homes.
mates?
To help with the program.
Sorry?
To help with the program.
To help with the program.
We lead a very normal life. We are householders. We are not ascetics. No extremist nature. We are only, to look at, we are all like you people. But we have, we should say,
But you claim you're
no,
different.
not claim, we have definitely, an awareness, which could be called as collective consciousness, which Jung has described. You might have read about Jung, disciple of Freud. He has talked about it, the collective consciousness, that after self-realization you get a new awareness called collective consciousness, and that's what you feel.
And when you have collective consciousness,
Then you can feel the other person, what are the problems on the centers, you can feel your own problems, and if you know how to correct them, you can correct them.
in that case, if let's say President Bush and Gorbachev decides that they should give
Get collective consciousness.
collective consciousness
Yes.
to all the people around the world, then all the matters, all the problems will be
That's it, now you hit the
finished.
point. You have
Why
hit the
don't you make
point.
a proposal then?
Oh, that's difficult. But Gorbachev is already a realized soul, no doubt. But he'll come to us very soon, I know. But I don't know about others. Bush, I don't know. You see, it's difficult. It's difficult, I tell you. With bureaucrats, they believe that they are the rulers.
They're politicians.
Politicians, but they don't believe there's a greater politician and a greater ruler. So, you see, it's difficult. They're not so subtle also. But maybe, you can't say. We can't say now. In Russia, we found so many ministers coming to us. So Russia is the best country for this, I think.
East Europe might be one of
Let us see, I mean,
potential
yes, lot of
places.
potential. Here also, I think, lot of potential is in Turkey. People are very wise. Among all the Muslim nations, I think they are the wisest. Somehow. I don't know the explanation.
What other Muslim countries?
All of them, most of them I have visited because of my husband's job. I visited Egypt, I visited Iran, I visited Turkey. Turkey is the first time I'm last is. But you see, because of my husband, I've traveled everywhere because he's in that kind of a job. I've been to China, I've been to Russia before also, Australia, everywhere.
And this aspect about curing diseases, what kind of attraction do you get? For instance, in Turkey last year, a doctor all of a sudden came up that he with a solution that he cured cancer, and it's just, I mean,
Not everyone. It's not a guarantee. You see, that's one thing you must know. If you get your self-realization, then only.
no, I mean the aspect of
Cancer, Cancer
curing diseases,
Yeah.
not only cancer.
So many
diseases.
diseases can be cured
How
because they are
important
caused
is
by
it?
these centers that. Can you show that picture to her? I'll show her now, so she'll understand. And the Kundalini, you just show me. I'll show her, and she'll understand. See now. See, these are the certain centers. These are in the spinal cord. This is in the brain where the optic chiasma is, and this is at the end of it where this fontanelle bone area, which is a very soft bone in child. Now what happens that these are two other energies called as sympathetic nervous system. This is the left sympathetic nervous system, this is the right sympathetic nervous system. In the medical science, they do not consider them as two, but in our science we do. So this one caters for your emotional side and this one caters for your action side. So you see, due to this, due to the movement of this left and right, what happens that you form a kind of a center here, say this is a vertebrae, inside this is the center. Now if you start using too much of right, then it starts moving like that. But something happens on the left, it just pulls it out. And then the relation with the whole is lost. That's how cancer is caused. And you go into malignancy. Because you see, you become a person like a malignant person who just is on his own, has no relationship with the whole. So like that the cell starts growing. Like all these centers that are here, they cause certain diseases, and if these centers are nourished by the Kundalini, which is here, say, now this one causes mostly all the muscular diseases. This one is very important. Then all these centers, if they could be properly nourished, all your problems are solved. Because these are very subtle and these are the foundations of our physical being. See, this is the knowledge of the roots. We have the knowledge of the tree. And if you don't have the knowledge of the roots, the tree is going to fall out.
Well, what do the, I'm sure you have a lot of relations with lots of medical doctors all around the world, and as you said,
Yeah.
you have
But you don't need any much
some
qualification for
medical
that.
doctors in your vicinity. What do they say to this theory?
Oh, they accept it because they've seen it. You see, they're honest. They're honest people. So they accepted that I work out the parasympathetic nervous system, it works out. If you're honest, then you definitely see something, you accept it.
But unfortunately, it doesn't work in all cases, right?
Most of the cases it does. Most of the cases.
But doesn't it, I mean, in the booklet it was saying that it belonged, I mean, very much was important for the patient, how the patient would react.
You see, like I would say, it's free because we don't charge anything. Now, if they go to a doctor, doctor charges them, so they take it up seriously. They don't take up this seriously. See?
That's
Yes,
the point.
but in
But
in
and,
most cases,
and
when-
our job is not to cure people. You see, that's not our job. Our job is to give them realization. We are not here to cure people. Useless people. What's this of curing them? See? They'll get another disease, then another disease, another disease. We want the totality to be all right.
did you meet, by the way, Mrs. Gandhi, Indira Gandhi?
Of course, why not?
I mean, and
Very much.
did she know about this?
No,
self-realization?
she did not. She was a politician out and out.
But why didn't you try to
Oh,
contact
she's
her?
a politician. I don't try politicians.
You don't like them.
No, I like the ones who are subtle, who think of God. We have many politicians who are in such. But those who are not, you cannot force them. You see, they live on mental levels, you see. Ego satisfactions. They don't seek the ultimate. So we shouldn't bother about such people. Why should we waste our energy arguing with them?
But then do we have to deny democracy also?
You see, a time might come that only the people who are realized soul might be elected. Might be.
Sorry?
Only after some time politicians who are just realized soul will be elected. I think so.
I mean,
Yeah, it
you
will come.
think, you agree that they should be
Yes,
elected?
they
I mean,
they would be.
should-
They're
Should
naturally.
there be elections? I mean,
No,
or
they
should
will be elected naturally because when they will be doing good work, when people will see their characters, their temperaments, their honesty, their dedication, naturally.
When you say they will be elected naturally, what do you mean?
See, as soon as they come up to that level, they will. You see, we
I mean,
don't
don't-
determine a time. This
There
is
shouldn't
beyond
be
time.
campaigns, there shouldn't be...
No, we would not do any campaign. There's no need.
And
For a genuine person, there's no need to have campaign and anything. It just works. You see, my father was a great politician in the sense that he was with Gandhiji. I was also with Gandhiji. And he went to jail so many times, my father. And he was a member of the Assembly, Central Assembly, then of the Constituent Assembly, then of the Parliament. My brother is even now the member of the Parliament. He was a Minister of Steel. But
now he's in the
he is, yes. And another brother is a High Court judge and all that. But my father's quality, I saw that he used no money for his election, nothing. He just got elected. Because everybody knew what sort of a man he was. But for others, they have to spend thousands and thousands.
Yeah, but that was long time ago, and he was together with
No,
Gandhi,
even today,
Mahatma Gandhi.
yes,
Right?
even today, if there are genuine people, they'll be just elected. No problem. No problem.
How will that happen?
That will happen because people want somebody like that. They are getting aware. That will happen. Like we had Lal Bahadur Shastri, he was a very honest man.
Sorry?
Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was our Prime Minister, was a very honest man. And he got elected without any campaign or anything.
And you said that you saw some kind of potential in Gorbachev, right?
Yes, it is. Gorbachev has. He thinks in a way what is benevolent for the world. That peace must be brought in. And he thought that if I recede back,
You believe he's sincere?
yes, he's very wise. If I recede back, then the fear of the war will be over. And then they will also have to recede back. He's a very wise man.
Okay, thank you very much. I have to take another picture of you, not there,
All
somewhere
right,
else,
wherever you
okay?
say.
The light is...
Now where do you want me?
That light is no good.
Should I sit there?
Yeah, if you could please, ma'am.
You must again read about it and see for yourself. It's a very subtle subject. It's to be handled very subtly. It's not politics. But she can see Gorbachev different. That's a good point.
Thank you. very much
Thank you.
for taking the time.
Açıklığa kavuşma istediğiniz noktalar varsa ben size izah edebilirim kısaca. Çağırayım size ben.
Tamam, ben size arayayım. Ay belki başka bir işe gideceğim.
Tamam.
Onun için gazeteye dönüş. Sizin telefonunuzu alayım. Siz nasıl
Ben evden 174,
Everyone is coming.
36.
What time?
Well, she said
Şimdi
11
ben
o'clock.
yalnız ayın 4'e kadar izinliyim bu program nedeniyle.
Ben şu telefon-
Evden arayabilirsiniz. İşte
That's good. I mean, it means it's in time.
151, 57,
Sit down,
48.
sit down.
akşam 7'de.
Akşam 7'de Dede Anlatı'nda bu self-realization kursu o işi onu söyleyeyim size. Can we call a taxi for her? Do you know the taxi's number?
No,
Oh really? How can I go back?
You have just to walk down to the hill and the taxi will be there.
They are just moved, so they don't know the
I'm sure there is a station near here.
Yeah,
Arabia.
there is.
Yeah, but
There is
if we
square,
could call
there is-
the... Oh. Arabia. 017 mutfak. Oradan Arabia. Çünkü ben oğlumu yine ayrıldım. Çok fena düşerim. I have a handicap. Whenever I fall down, I break either my leg or
Why?
my hip. I mean it.
Don't you worry.
So I don't like walking a lot.
Somebody can drop her.
You should get your experience also.
Sorry?
You should try also.
It's
I will
difficult.
come this evening.
You're coming? All right. Good.
It is going to give me a little fascination. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye. It's a difference. Yesterday's lady was tremendous. See, that's its quality. More worried about politics. That's more better. It's my program. Still, journalism is a big problem. It's not easy to convince journalists in England at all. Nothing. Like the fellow says, that Anglo-Saxon brain cannot understand anything without one. I just don't understand. I said, how much money did you pay to your mother for being born? Or for her milk that she nursed you? It's impossible to understand these people. They think they get nothing without money. Nothing. This air that they breathe is nothing.
But these things, mother, since thousands of years, only you can tell them. It's obvious, but only when you tell it, people think of it. You cannot tell it before.
No, I told
Nobody
him.
has thought of
I
it
told him.
before.
I told him. How much did you pay for getting burned? Ah, she's here. Yes, please come.
Welcome to Istanbul.
Also
Hello.
from one of the biggest newspapers here in Turkey.
Really? Please.
Hürriyet.
Hürriyet.
Would you like tea?
No, thank you. I have just had something. It's your second time in Istanbul.
The second time I visited, yes.
Yes. How many people are there in your group in Istanbul?
In
About-
Turkey?
In Turkey.
I have no idea. How many?
It's
There are about 50
Huh?
people.
40, 50. Ben sizden, excuse me, bir şey rica edebilirim acaba? Flaşımın biraz
I just misunderstood
prize
that.
takılması gerekiyor çünkü başka bir
So change your face. Change. You
herhangi
know.
bir prize
Isn't it
takmış olabilir. Size zahmet.
Also,
Rica çok
change your face is much younger. Isn't she?
Yes.
She's lost all her wrinkles, I think. That's why I couldn't make her up.
She's meditating a lot.
Hmm?
She's meditating a lot.
That's why. She's looking much younger. I mean, I couldn't make her up. I'm sorry.
I lost my pen, but
Very good compliment.
I'll have it in my hand. You're recording everything.
yes, before coming to our appointment, I had a look at the articles which had appeared in foreign newspapers about you. But may I hear from you once again
Yeah.
the essential, the essence of your
Well,
practice?
see, to begin with, we should say that at human awareness, we do not know the absolute truth. That's why there are problems, you see. You think differently, another person thinks differently. Nation-wise, we think differently, we have different theories, and we believe that this is the truth, you see. But it's not absolute. If it was absolute, it should be one. So there's something lacking in human beings, but I should understand that point. Now, if you cannot find that truth, that absoluteness in us, then one should be worried about it. And that's such people, we call them as seekers of truth. Now there are many all over the world. Within them lies the power to connect them to that root, that all-pervading subtle power. Now I would say Muhammad Sahib has talked about it, everybody's talked about it, but nobody has felt it. And that's why people start challenging, how do you say that's truth? The time has come now to feel it, to know it. And that is just, you have to be connected. For that, this power lies in the triangular moon, which has to rise, and then you become a very subtler being as the spirit. And the spirit starts asserting its light or spreading its light in your attention. And the personality completely changes.
And is it difficult to reach that point?
Beg pardon?
Is it difficult to realize?
No, it's the easiest.
Is it?
Sahaj means easiest, because it's so vital. It's just like sprouting a seed. As you have the seed, supposing, built in within you, and the Mother Earth is there, which has got the power to sprout your seed. It can.
I see. And also, you can heal certain illnesses
Yes.
with that power.
Automatically.
AIDS, cancer.
AIDS, we've tried. You see, I must say about AIDS was, we tried with people, but they have no willpower to be all right. Some or other, they have given up, those people who we tried. So, sort of, they again go back to the bad habits. So far, there's only one person we can say is definitely cured, so far,
With AIDS.
with AIDS. One person. But they are very difficult people, because they have lost hopes and sort of, and they cannot overpower their habits.
And cancer
Of course, cancer is,
can be
yes,
healed.
blood cancer, other cancers.
Are there already many people
But cured?
who were cured?
Oh, quite a lot,
Yes.
quite a lot.
How many about, may I ask you?
I must tell you that we tried to gather how many people were cured in Europe.
In 36
And the
countries.
pie, it was so big. The certificates were so big, only in Europe. Then in India would be the same about. So just can't say.
So may I say hundreds?
Not only
of
cancer,
people?
all kinds of diseases. Yes.
Hundreds of people or thousands
Hundreds,
of
hundreds,
people?
hundreds. Could be thousands also, you can say. Thousands, definitely.
And you say especially blood cancer?
Especially cancer, blood cancer is very good. It works very fast. But if it's a very galloping state, then it does not. I've seen it, if it's a very galloping state. But if it is, say, not in such a galloping state, then it does not.
And does the person get cured with your power or with
No, with your own power.
his own power?
His own power.
And how could you?
Because that Kundalini, that's the power in the triangular bone, rises.
From the spine.
Yes, from spine. Rises, rises, passes through all these subtle centers, which are the foundation of our being. These are the centers, the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7.
merkezleri oluyor şakralar.
All these 7 centers are subtle centers in our nervous system. And they get enriched by this power which rises. With that enrichment, everything gets corrected, even mental diseases, even schizophrenia.
Also.
Yes, of course. Even if some children who are mentally retarded, I've seen 3 or 4, they got cured. Yes. But this happening has to take place. If it does not take place, then it's not possible. This has to take place. In some people it does not.
What does block this
Blocks.
power to raise? Yes. If the person, for example, doesn't believe in the exercise, may this block?
No, you see, one should not believe into anything blindly, it's not good. You see, this blind faith is one of the biggest blockades, I think, into anything. I believe. But where are you? I mean, which is the I that believes into something? Actually, it should be allowed to happen. And there are blockades like some people are very emotional type, extremely emotional, and they're attached to things. And some people are very mental. Even mental is a very big blockade. They're only mental, then you see they just start sort of doubting themselves. How can I get it? How can I be all right? All these are mental sort of blockages within us. Could be also sometimes, I think, some sort of a spiritual blockage. Like you have been to a wrong person, you have been to a false guru, somebody like that. That blockade also there. Mostly cancer is caused by that. Cancer is caused by going to a wrong person. Like some fakir comes in, some transcendental meditation or some sort of a thing where you have to pay money. You see, that's all falsehood. How can you pay money for God?
Yes, I have just read an article where you explain it very well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And but normally it's not very difficult.
No, normally no. No.
And your husband works with the United States.
Yes, he's Secretary General. He is an elected member.
Yes.
He is elected by 134 nations. One of them is Turkey. The last 4 times unanimously was elected.
I see.
And now he wants to retire this year. Now he's 70 years of age.
And do you have children?
Yes, I have big girls. My elder daughter is 42 years of age.
How many?
2 daughters and 4 grandchildren.
And are there any special I mean, when someone practices your yoga, are there any special foods or way of life
No.
one should
You
adopt?
see, actually, supposing you see somebody is a very mental person, say take it like we call him a right-sided person, futuristic, plans too much, this thing. For such a person, we prescribe they should have more carbohydrates. Supposing somebody is a very emotional person and he is left-sided, we call that person. For such a person, we say he should have more proteins. So it is depending on the personality of the nature of a person. There's no restriction on food of any kind. But you must know what is good for you. All these things are outside, but they do help in a way to give you a balance.
I'm sure many Turkish people will be interested.
Very much, very
in
much.
your
There are wonderful
work.
people here, I must say.
And many people will come to your conference,
Yes,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But for the ones who won't be able to come to your conference, would it be possible to give some advices? For example, what one should do to get a
Self-realization.
self-realization?
We'll have a center here, permanently. We have people who will do this job for us here. You see, there's some people who came from Rome, they settled down here, they started this work. Now they'll go away, because now we've created some people who know the job. They are Turkish. We didn't even have a proper translator last time, you see. And then we somehow managed last time, but this time is much better. Situation is much better.
So they can come to your
Yes, of
center.
course, they can
here in
always come,
Istanbul.
ask help from them. And we work also on agriculture, it helps a lot in agricultural growth. This is, these vibrations, you see, this divine power helps you. Like we have an expert here, he was in the UN, agricultural expert. He's an Irani gentleman, and now he's in Austria. And he's experimented with trees and with sunflower seeds and things. I have also experimented. And you get 10 times more without using hybrid, without using much manure, just with these vibrations. You see, that you see, this is the subtle power which nourishes everything. It starts flowing through your hands. And when you give vibrations to anything, it just works. It's the vitality.
Interesting. Are there any other interesting fields like
Yes,
agriculture?
education. For example, the children become such good children, very obedient, very wise, very sensible, confident, very righteous, virtuous. So, I mean, it's a very different, what should say, another kingdom that is created, we can say, or an area where you see all beautiful people. My husband says they are all angels. They are all angels. He says, I can't understand. They become very honest and very loving, compassionate, dynamic. Some, and also say artists. Now we had some Indian musicians who were not very well known, and they were trying to improve themselves. Just by sahajayoga now they are well known. All over the world they are known. It works in every field because you see it gives you the basic vitality, the nourishment. Even journalism improves. Even journalism.
Even journalism.
How? I tell you. Because a journalist has to be a witness, a pure witness. And he should not be, or she should not be, a biased person. She should not have conditionings, to be truthful. So she should be able to see something, witness something without reflecting. But if there is no that sort of a personality, then you can be biased. You might give another picture, but to give the true picture, you have to be a witness, and you develop that witness state.
Yes, it's really interesting. Maybe I will come to your center later on, at least to have some
Yes,
more
of course,
detailed
you
ideas.
get it.
It's free of charge.
Yes.
Yes. And would it be possible to give some names? For example, in Europe, are there any famous people, let's say artists, or any kind of people, Turkish people, would have a chance of knowing in your groups?
You see, actually famous people have so much ego. Rich people, Christ has said that they cannot enter into the kingdom of God. So you see, there's so much ego they have. And they go to false people because they think they can purchase, you see, they can pay for it. So they go to these people. All famous people love to go to such people that they have money, then they can purchase them.
I see.
So they don't come to something that is simple, something where you cannot pay, you see, because their ego is not satisfied.
What kind of people then are mostly?
We have professionals, all kinds of people, doctors and architects and everything. But not somebody who is very successful, you see, in the worldly way, because he's lost already. And person who is, we have some people of that kind, I should say. We have some very big businessmen also, like Rajesh and all that, they are tycoons in India. But we have some, very few, so we shouldn't say that we have many.
I see.
But when they come to sahajayoga, they become great. Artists become great. Like you must have heard about name of Hamza. He's a sarod player, sitar player, sarod player. Hamza Ali. Then we had one Devi Chaudhary. All of them, they came to sahajayoga and they prospered a lot. So we have people like that. Prosperity comes, like in England now, it's such an unemployment there. But all those who are surgeons, they are all employed very well. Because you become so dynamic. You see, you become so dynamic, you become so healthy. Your attention becomes so concentrated that you just shine out.
Well, I thank you very much. I think I have a general view now. I'll try to come to the conference
Please do
as
come.
well.
Please come.
If I cannot, then you can be sure that I'll try to gather up everything.
You can come
as
little
well
later.
as I-
Little later, it's going to be for quite some time. We'll start at 7.
At 7 o'clock,
And it will last till 10 minimum.
10.
I
Do
see.
come and get your realization. That's important.
Evet,
I
o
will
tecrübeyi
really
yaşıyorum.
try to
Should
come.
not miss this. It's very important.
Yes, because in our work, we never know when we will be free and
I
when we will not. That's the problem. Otherwise, if I am free,
Yes,
I will
please do.
surely
Ama
come.
ona kadar en geç açık muhakkak yine siz özellikle kendisi alıp o self-realization verirse
Evet.
çok daha iyi olur. Yani
You
o
see,
bunu
also
hepimiz
tomorrow
yapabiliriz
is
ama
there. Today and tomorrow.
yarın olsa,
Also tomorrow.
olsa tomorrow.
Tamam, ben mutlaka gelmeye çalışacağım. Efendim, sizin isminiz nasıl acaba?
Gaye.
Gaye Hanım. Soyadınız?
Ben yalnız
Resim
sözcü
belki
değilim.
çekeceğim de onun
Öyle
için.
mi?
Resim altında o zaman resim gerekiyor, o yüzden.
Evet, Enço. Ençi.
Ençoğlu.
Evet.
Siz de buradaki yöneticilerinden mi?
Yönetici değil de tercüman olarak yardımcı olmaya
çalışıyorsunuz. Ama bu şeyin aynı zamanda bu gruba dahil mi?
Tabii tabii, kendim uyguluyorum. She's just asking about my position and I'm just telling her
Yes,
that I'm only
but this house is Carla's.
Yes.
This is her house.
We have already met, yes. And I think there are some people
Yes,
who came
this
with
one,
you
he is from
to
America.
Istanbul.
He's a lawyer from Greece. Then we have another one from Greece. This is doctor. I'm saying that she's a business lady there. She's American. This is from Iran. This is from Rome.
From everywhere.
Yes, we have 36 nations.
36.
Only Turkey I came a little late. That's all I must say.
Yes.
Yani bütün Avrupa'da, Amerika'da sadece yoga merkezleri var. 36 ülkede daha doğrusu.
And are there often people traveling with you when you travel around?
Not normally, not normally. But these were all had come for a seminar.
I see.
So from there they have come in.
I see.
Normally they don't.
Mm-hmm.
We had about 700 people and some about 50 children there for the seminar.
Where?
It was,
Near Florence.
what is that place?
Montecatini Terme, near
Montecatini.
Florence.
Excuse me, how many people were there?
About 700. My husband was also there this time. See there.
And now, how many people are with you who came from abroad?
About 30.
About 30 to Istanbul.
30
Yes,
have come?
30. More or less.
Really, I didn't know. Very happy to know. You see, it's like this hand, supposing, has a problem. The whole body rushes towards it. And you'll be surprised, in Russia there were 40 of them. They came from all over. I never wrote to them or asked them, they just rushed in. It's a feeling of oneness. Who is the other?
Did you already have a center there?
Where, in Russia?
Yes.
No, we never had.
No.
But what had happened that there is somebody who came to know about us in India, because we are well known in India about this, because there are 3 doctors who has got MD in sahajayoga for curing cancer, curing this, that. So somehow or other they came to know about us and they invited us. When I went there, then these people came to know that I was going. We all rushed through and we had about 40 people, and now they have given us, we are the only organization whom they have given us absolutely independent identity. Officially they have given us. Nobody, they never give it to any non-Russian organization. They have given us so we can invite anybody, we can do what we like, we can purchase anything as an independent thing. But we have thousands there now, we don't know what to do. I mean, in a hall there were 2,000 and outside there were 2,000.
May I ask you one last question? Does the mark you have...
It's a sign of a married lady in India.
Oh.
Married lady.
Evli hanımlar için işaret, yani hanımlar evliyse öyle bir işaret.
Öyle mi? Yani bu şeyle ilgili ayrı bir durum.
So married lady.
Married, yes, and there is no relation with sahajayoga.
No relation, but also is in a way, because this is the center, the center of Agya, which is, you can say this is the window of Agya chakra, which is on the optic chiasma. And it's important in a way because you see when you put this, you see it's a red mark, so you do not absorb negativity in a subtle way.
Şimdi orası alın şakrasına tekabül eden. Alın şakrası tam orada oluyor. Tam görme sinirlerinin geçtiği yerde oluyor. Ve bütün negativiteyi de çekiyor. Ama süptel seviyede.
With the eyes, you see, you absorb lots of things, and this is in the optic chiasma is the center is Agya. So you see, when you cover it up with red, you see, the negativity runs away. But that is not followed in. I mean, in India, people don't know about the subtleties. It must have been done long time back by saints and things. So they just accept it as ritual for married women. They have to wear this. They have to wear this. They have to wear this. For married ladies are regarded as goddesses in India in a way. See, a married lady is a housewife, and she has to decorate her. There's a power in this wrist also. So she has to wear something here, also a toe ring, and all these things she must wear, married lady.
Yes, I know that Indian ladies wear this mark, but I was just wondering if there are many different marks or only
No,
one.
only here.
So only there is one. I see. Well, I thank you very much again. Now I'll try to take some photos.
Yes. I'll sit there, it will be better because you see the lights. Just move it the other way down a little.
I have a flash. So
You have a flash, but still this the light I think won't be nice.
you have the flowers here, and
All right,
everything
it's better,
looks so
better,
nice.
yes, it's so nice.
It's very good.
As long as your flash is bright.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
There are some very miraculous photographs also, but we don't show normally to people unless until they are settled down in sahajayoga. I mean, there are photographs with light behind me, light in my hand, light in my heart, all kinds. And recently we had a photograph of my brain completely. It's very remarkable
Çok
photograph.
enteresan fotoğraflar var hakikaten. Bu enerji hakikaten
Energy.
başında,
Because this is, I think the cameras are very
resimde
sensitive.
çıkıyor. Ama tabii tam böyle sadece yogaya yerleşmemiş kişilere tabii gösterilmiyor ama fırsat olursa size ben bir tane gösteririm.
Olur.
Enteresan.
Belki akşam.
Evet.
One journalist got a photograph like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I will have to take many photos
Yes,
to be
please.
sure that I will have at least one.
I hope you get one miraculous one.
Çaktı mı flash, fark ettin mi acaba?
Evet.
Gitti. Okay. Would it be possible to explain to me something with your right hand? it will look maybe more natural. I mean, just to move your hands while you talk to me. It will look...
But it's not a film, no? Just
Yes. It's very good like this, yes, thank you. I'll take maybe a closer one.
They are so anxious to take my photograph.
Now I would like to take some
Yes,
pictures
please.
with your group. How could
Maybe
we
when you
arrange
sit.
this? Would it be...
You could come and sit here.
buraya almak
They
mümkün
can
olmaz
stand
mı?
behind me.
Yo yo alalım.
Oraya alırsak oturabilir mi?
We'll arrange. Somebody, they can sit here.
You
Guido.
can move a little.
Yes,
No,
you can
no,
go.
Guido. Can you move this chair like this because light is coming
Yes, yes,
here.
yes. It's
No,
better.
that's the flesh is not
Much
strong.
better. You are all beautiful people. There's a glow on their face. So,
Şimdi ben sizden ricam.
all the flowers here.
But there won't be any space
For
the
people.
now.
Somebody sit here. Remove some flowers.
Şöyle
Move them up to that, yeah. Now.
Ben şuraya
Now, come along. Darla, you come and sit.
Şimdi sizle
But there's no
I
sufficient
will
space
first
for
see
you.
if I can take.
Can you get all of us? I think it's you need distance, so we'll sit here. Would be better.
Evet.
We'll
ben
move
o zaman
out.
çok
Little bit at the back.
uzak
Yes, it's all right.
Excuse me for the trouble I'm getting.
Or we can just go
Yeah.
like that.
Yes. Now. Yes.
Şu şöyle kalın varsa ister misiniz?
Evet, iyi olabilir.
You can close the door.
Is it like this?
Ganesh, you come. Yeah. Now.
Şimdi sizi ve Carla Hanım'ı şöyle vereceğim. Siz Carla, is it possible for you to sit here? Will it be possible? And we'll take the other lady to your
Good
right
idea.
side.
Women's department is good.
And
Come, Master Vanessa, if you want.
I will please ask you to stand as near as possible. Yes. Then, now you are too far away.
The men are feeling jealous.
I stay here.
There.
I stay here. No, it's your stay behind.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
It's tall enough.
We already have some flowers
No,
there.
no, no, no,
Possible to have another natural lady here.
All naturally sitting.
Maybe we can, yes, remove the table.
Yes, it's better. To have so many people, you can't have flowers.
So, you could you come here, please? You don't have to stand. And close.
They must have had thousands of photographs. It's never satisfied.
Closer. Now we'll see.
Are we there, all of us?
Yes. We'll take some more photos, please. Several bakabilir misiniz? Thank you, just a moment.
Double. This is the IT.
Tekrar bence samореalizasya'mızı.
That's it?
So. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Carla, may I take one more picture with you and with the lady. For yes.
All right.
So
They could sit here.
yes, it would look very good. In fact, if possible.
Maybe you should stand up.
Yeah. No, you look very good.
What's the harm? They feel shy.
Should we
Sen şu ayakta duruyorsun.
This one?
You want that
This one? Yes. First you stand as you were, not stand, yes, just like that. İlk önce bu üç adımı bir alayım. Daha
Sonra
sonra
ben.
sizle beraber.
Çıkayım ben.
Lütfen.
My dear.
Excuse me, I keep you. Yes. Could you also paint me, please?
Yes.
Okay. So. Excuse me. Sorry.
It's not right.
No, it didn't.
No.
Did it flash?
Yes, yes, flash.
Şimdi sizle beraber. You stay
Stay
in the
what?
picture, please. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you stand this time and you come closer to us. Could I get this off? Tamam. One more and it will be finished. Could you come closer? Yes.
Come forward. Come forward.
Yes. You look at me, please, while you laugh with the nature.
I'm so happy. Oh, you give us a copy, isn't it?
Yes, of course I will.
Thank you.
The last one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Shri Mataji, may I take a picture of you?
Thank you very much. Very nice
Thank
meeting
you
you.
very much.
What's your name?
Guzin. Guzin.
Luzin.
Yes.
G will start with G.
It starts with G. Yes.
Luzin.
Guzin. Yes.
There's some meaning.
G.
No, but it has some meaning.
Oh yes, it means rare. Yes.
That's what?
Selected rare.
Selected race.
Selected or rare.
Something which you can find rare.
That's a great thing.
Very nice to meet you.
We can take a picture of you with Shri Mataji.
All right, let's have it.
Oh,
All right, very much.
very good.
Let's have it.
Who is
Come
the
along,
expert?
maybe.
Oscar.
Ossi. Ah, we have experts.
Yes, it's like a little bit more.
Yeah,
This is a nice paper.
Ossi, you can.
Now, come along.
Flashes on, yes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's no,
Is it low?
no film inside anymore. 36, huh?
No.
18?
Oh, I looked at that's why. Excuse me.
We should both be there.
Yes.
Maybe it would be nicer if you put your arm here.
Oh.
That's a good one. It's love, that's all. It's power of love. And we have never used it before. We've only used hatred. It's power of love. She's got it. She's got it already. You felt it. You've got it. Taking so many photographs of mine, you can't escape it. She's got it.
Yes.
Feeling the cool breeze down the sea.
No. No.
Huh?
No, it's good. No, it's good.
Feeling relaxed. That.
Evde serinlik seviyor musun?
So, it's works out. Your name is. You're selected one.
Oh,
The
very
chosen
cute.
one.
It's really very interesting feeling.
Yeah. Very interesting. You feel very happy within yourself. Very joyous.
Thank you very much.
May God bless.
I'll come to the conference.
Please do.
also.
See her off and see that she has some transport.
Yes, Shri Mataji.
Vaktiniz varsa derse daha ayrıntılı biliriz. Konuşabiliriz.